Hi guys, this is another one of my philodendron, my Hederaceum micans. I hope you enjoy the rest of my plant vlog. That you're going to hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. If you didn't get to see the unboxing for this particular plant, I will be linking it up above, as well as I'm going to try it down below as well. So all my social media accounts are in the description section, and what I do provide for this particular plant, soil-wise, and what I recommend, if I can't find the one that I prefer, as well as what I do water her every time I do water will be linked down below as well, and anything else that I do use will be in the description section as usual. So let's take a close-up on the micans, and these are from this. These are not from me. I mean, this was not due to my my care, is what I'm saying. Like all of these specs and all that stuff, this is freshly from transit. And let's just document all of that, because I want to make sure when I'm looking back at it a year or so from now, I can see the difference. And here she is. So this came with a hook and a hanger, because it can be a hanging pot planter, but I don't really like that kind of situation because it's just kind of not my personal preference. So I remember before where I really didn't see the interest in micans, and for whatever reason, I do love my regular Hederaceum, or the all green one, as well as my Brazil. And I've had those for a while now, and I really, really love them. They're very easy for me. So I thought maybe go to another philodendron Hederaceum. And so I looked at micans, and I had the opportunity to grab one, which I did already vlog about that. And I enjoy that so much, but she's so tiny that I thought if I had the opportunity to get another one, I will be open to that one. So that's why I got this one. And what I'm planning to do is I'm going to trim this one and the old one, and I'm going to clip and propagate it. And what I'm going to do is wait for it to grow. And once it does have a root system, I'm going to combine the both of them plus the propagated ones. And I'm hoping, my goal is going to put it in an 8-inch pot at some point, because my other Hederaceums are in 8-inch pots, and I put a trellis on there, and I really, really love that look. So that's what I'm going to plan for my micans as well. I really prefer doing stuff like that for my trailing or climbing plants or hanging plants. I prefer them to go up rather than down. That's just my personal preference. It's not for everybody. Some people prefer it to be hanging. I don't. So this is what she looks like. And I water her just like any other philodendron Hederaceum or any other philodendron that I do own. And how I do that is when the top part of the soil is about, I would say 50 to 75% dry, I water them. Philodendrons, in my personal opinion, and from my care, they get to be very, very thirsty. So I don't wait for 100% on the top part to be dry, because I tried to do that before, and the leaves started to have these kind of marks. These kind of marks right here, and the tips were browning and drying out. So philodendrons definitely are thirsty, in my personal opinion, and that's why I water it that way. I use, the soil that I do use, or I recommend, is down in the description section. I use an all potting soil mix with decent drainage, but not too fast, that is similar to a succulent, cactus, palm, or citrus, because that will get too dry too quickly, and it will deteriorate the plant, and it will make the plant crispy and probably bone dry quicker, because it does love water much more than not. And I don't really want to have the task to have to water it very, very often. And that's not really a good thing to do when it comes to indoor plants or house plants, because you don't really have the outside elements in nature in which it just sits in the ground, or, you know, things like that. And there's constant movement of wind, so it doesn't really get saturated. Plus, nature itself has all bugs and insects to aerate the soil underneath it. So it's definitely different for a houseplant itself. So isn't she just beautiful? So I'm going to describe the leaves are velvety soft, and the front of the leaf definitely is green, but when you with the light, it can move. The color can kind of change due to the velvety texture. The back of it is kind of, depending on how the light hits it, it's kind of like a deep red or a maroonish or a brown or purple. So it just depends on how the light really hits it. And that's when I really started to appreciate the micans, especially when I got my first one, because that was the first time I've ever seen Philodendron Hederaceum micans in person. Before that, it was just all pictures. And to be quite honest, in pictures, I really wasn't very wowed. I just wanted to add more Hederaceum in my collection because I really love my all green and I love my Brazil. So I thought maybe expand my horizon and not just gonna stick to those two. So I thought this, because I want to fill a room just with Philodendron Hederaceum. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably butchering it, so I apologize for anybody offended. So here she is, and these are all from like transit before I got her. And if anybody's curious on what these are called aerial roots right there. So I could actually clip this, and there's already a start of an aerial root, so it's easier for it to root. But that doesn't mean to guarantee, because the root system still grows below the node. This is just an added bonus to help out. So isn't she beautiful? She is just so beautiful. It's hard to stop looking. Anyway, so here she is. I forgot to mention that she sits in about 5 feet away from an east-facing window. And if it gets too dark, there is a supplemental LED plant light. And again, all the equipment that I'm using will be linked down in the description section. So do check that out if you are curious. The plant light is also about 5 feet away from her. And there are other plants that are kind of in between her and the light, because Philodendron Hederaceum and any kind of philodendron, from what I've noticed, most of them, they can be very sensitive to light, and so you have to be very careful because they can burn. So I make sure that they're not that close. For me, the Hederaceum family, the strongest, I don't know why, is the Brazil. That thing is like stronger than the regular one. The regular one would burn quicker in my experience versus the Brazil. There's something about it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the love and support. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.